That is ridiculous. All right, that is ridiculous. Number two, listen to me. Everyone out there, I'm tired of you guys defending developers, defending Microsoft, defending Sony. Everyone's getting it. Everyone's getting this smoke. It is everyone's fault. Listen to this. But here's the truth. My 1660 Ti right now is taking a crap on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
What's up, guys? I hope you all are having a great day today. We are going to be taking a look at a video that I actually found the other night while live streaming, and honestly, bro, I figured I'd go ahead and make a quick video on this because I'm trying to get some quality content scheduled to upload while I'm out of town for Christmas because I'm going to visit my family. I'm actually hopping on a flight tomorrow, so yeah. I do have a video scheduled to upload. I think on Christmas is when I'm going to release it, but it's a really great one. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. But anyway, the video we're going to be watching here, when we watched it on stream, everyone really seemed to just have a really positive impression of it. Like, it really just opened my eyes to the true nature of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Now, the title of this video we're going to be watching here is Cyberpunk 2077 shows how trash the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are. And you know what? If that doesn't sound like clickbait, I don't know what the hell does, man. Because, you know, what better way to evaluate the performance of the new next generation consoles than by judging the consoles based on the performance of arguably the most buggy, broken video game to ever release on console in modern history. You know what? That sounds like an absolute 300 IQ move, but like I said, man, we're in for a true treat here. This video is truly enlightening, so I think without further ado, go ahead and sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab some mind-altering medication, because you're gonna need that shit to make this video make any sort of sense. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and play this absolutely fantastic YouTube video.
What's up, everybody? Dark1985. There's levels to this. There's levels to this.
There's levels to this. Like, what does that even mean, dude? This has to be one of the most unique intros to a YouTube video I've heard in quite some time. So, I mean, I'm just a little bit confused in terms of what levels he's talking about, but maybe it just happens to be his higher level of thinking.
There's levels to this. All right, check this out. We need to talk about this Cyberpunk 2020 situation.
So before we even start talking about Cyberpunk 2020, dude, you know, I just want to point out the fact that this man has Fortnite in the background of his YouTube video. You know what? That's an automatic L in my book. That is quite the unfortunate oversight.
All right. Number one, what they did to all PS4 owners and Xbox One owners is unsat. The fact that you put out a product like that and the game is hitting 20 frames per second is ridiculous. You should have just said the game's not coming out for those platforms and save those people their money, especially the ones that pre-ordered it. Can you imagine pre-ordering this game on the PS4 or the Xbox One and this happens to you?
I mean, I completely agree. CD Projekt Red is a fucking scumbag company for the shit they pulled with the console version. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even really care if they went bankrupt tomorrow, because the shit they tried to pull with the console version of this game and purposely deceiving their customers, preventing reviews from being out there, and on top of that, releasing probably the most buggy, broken game in the history of console gaming in the past decade. You know, forgive me for not really having sympathy for a company like that at this point. So I just want to make it clear, I completely agree with him on this point, but the rest of the video, not so much.
That is ridiculous. All right, that is ridiculous. Number two, listen to me. Everyone out there, I'm tired of you guys defending developers, defending Microsoft, defending Sony. Everyone's getting it. Everyone's getting this smoke. It is everyone's fault. Listen to this.
I don't really see how anyone's to blame for the Cyberpunk situation except CD Projekt Red. I mean, they're the ones who developed the game. They're the ones who viewed it ready to release in its current state. And I don't really know how else anyone is to blame in this situation, but please tell us how Microsoft and Sony are single-handedly responsible for this shit.
Okay? When I made the video about my 1660 Ti playing Grand Theft Auto 5 better than the Xbox Series X, you got on here to tell me, Doc, again, you don't know what you're talking about. Doc, the Xbox Series X is running the PS1, the Xbox One version of Grand Theft Auto 5. So no duh is gonna your 1660 Ti is gonna run the game better.
I mean, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me because Rockstar is once again trying to sell people a next-generation version of GTA 5 because, you know, people bought it once, people bought it twice, they're probably going to buy it a third time, so they have not upgraded it for the Xbox Series X because Rockstar has a habit of milking people for as much money as humanly possible, but I don't really see how this falls on the responsibility of Microsoft or Sony when a developer doesn't want to update their own game for the next-generation consoles. And I'm not sure how this inherently makes the next-generation consoles trash according to you, but I am 100% sure you're going to convince us.
No duh, Doc. It's running the Xbox One version. So then my question to you is, no duh, why?
Because Rockstar likes money.
Why is the Xbox Series X a system that supposedly is equivalent to a 2080 Ti?
Are people really still pushing that bullshit narrative that the Xbox Series X is as powerful as a 2080 Ti? I thought that shit stopped in like March.
Playing Grand Theft Auto 5 using the Xbox One version.
That's how backwards compatibility works. I don't really know what you're expecting. Honestly, it just sounds like you should get a PC if it's really that big of a problem.
What version is my 1660 Ti using?
The best version available. You know, the version that doesn't require you to buy the game, 3 separate times? You know, the PC version. I'm not trying to go all PC Master Race or some shit, but it sounds like he should have just bought a PC instead of a console, bro. Like, he's basically hating on a console for being a console and not being a PC. Pretty fucking stupid if you ask me.
That's what I want to know. What version? You know what version is doing? It's using an unlocked version. That's what it's doing. It's using a version where I can go in and I can switch whatever settings I want to get the gameplay that I want. But this is the thing that really blows my mind. I decided to buy Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh my god, dude, so did I. But I'm actually thinking about refunding it.
Because Cyberpunk 2077 wasn't specifically made for the Xbox One. It wasn't specifically made for the PS4. It was made for all of these consoles.
Yeah, that's typically how multi-platform games work.
So the Xbox Series X and the PS5 have no excuse in how they play this game.
I don't really think the fault lies with the consoles in this situation. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are both extremely capable machines. All the blame in this situation rests with CD Projekt Red. They released a buggy, broken game that runs like complete shit, even on the PCs. So, I mean, it's just really fucking stupid that you're sitting here trying to blame this on the consoles, when the blame in this situation lies 100% with the developers, but apparently that's not the case. I mean, just imagine using the spiritual successor to Fallout 76 to judge the performance of next generation hardware. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. I mean, it is pretty ironic too, you know, Fallout 76, Cyberpunk 2077. You know what, man? God help us if any game ever ends with 78.
But here's the truth. My 1660 Ti right now is taking a crap on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X.
You know, people call me a PC fanboy all the time, but I don't even say dumb shit like this. Like, if you're actually trying to claim that a fucking 1660 Ti is going to outperform an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 in a game that's actually optimized for it, you were completely full of shit.
When it comes to this game, taking a crap on it. Now, I know you're going to come in here and make excuses, but this is what I'm telling you. Stop making excuses and start demanding it. Why can't that do the same thing that my 1660 Ti does?
Because you bought a console and you're expecting it to be a PC. Spoiler alert, it's not. Next time, just buy a PC and plug it into your TV. Oh my god, problem solved.
This is more complicated. A developer making a game for the PC is more complicated because they have to think of all types of different graphics cards and GPUs.
Which makes the fact that CD Projekt Red released the game in the state that they did even more fucking unacceptable. This literally has nothing to do with Microsoft, Sony, or the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, so what's even your point here?
But here's the kicker, right? All I did to get great frame rates on my 1660 Ti was use the GeForce Experience software. See, if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you could download this program, and this program will scan your hard drive or SSD, find your games, and then automatically, depending on what your system has, your PC, will come up with the best graphical settings for that game. That's crazy.
Bro, like, the title of this video literally should just be why I should have bought a PC instead of an Xbox Series X. I don't know why you're expecting a console to be a PC, bro. The entire point of console is the so-called convenience factor that you're describing the complete opposite of.
And it doesn't. And it tries its best. It has this little slider, or it gets better. It has this little slider where you yourself can go in there and decide whether you want the graphics to be optimized for quality, meaning visuals, or for performance. So you could pick yourself. This is a i7 processor with a 1660 Ti. This Xbox Series X and the PS5 should be destroying my PC, destroying it.
And under normal circumstances where you're playing a game that isn't a complete dumpster fire and runs like your console is being powered by a hamster in a wheel, if you were actually playing a game that was developed properly, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X would be curb stomping your computer. You know, take that from a so-called PC fanboy. You know, it's pretty sad when you have to use an unupgraded backwards compatible title and probably the worst video game release in the past decade to try and prove why the consoles are complete garbage.
So why aren't these options available? Stop making excuses for the developers, stop making excuses for Sony, stop making excuses for the Xbox Series X. Unless you're willing to concede and you're going to stop comparing the Xbox Series X and the PS5 to PCs. Because I know what your favorite YouTuber told you.
Bro, I guarantee you it's Dealer Gaming, Crap Gamer, or Colt Eastwood. It's one of the three. Those are the three main motherfuckers I can think of that are smooth-brained enough to constantly compare consoles to PC.
And you know what? I can admit it as a man. I know what I told you. I believed that there was no way you were going to buy a PC as strong as these consoles for $500. But guess what? These consoles ain't freaking strong. They're locked. They're locked. That's ridiculous. Every single game should be able to play at 120 frames. Every single game. Use the PC version of the game, throw it on there. How? I don't know. I don't get paid for that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would definitely trade resolution for a higher frame rate any day of the week, but I just don't really know what you were expecting from a console. They're locked systems. That's like the #1 selling point to some people. They don't have to think about settings. All they have to do is just plug and play, or so they call it, because, you know, plugging in a computer is so much more difficult.
But if you're telling me this thing's as strong as a 2080 Ti, and I'm sure the PS5 is the PS5 has to be stronger than a 1050 Ti.
Jesus Christ, I would fucking hope.
It's got to be stronger than a 1060.
Bruh.
Actually, the PS4 Pro was like close to a 1060. I remember, I think Digital Foundry did a comparison. So what are we doing? The games are coming out on all three platforms. So you can unlock it on the PC that has a lot more different variations, but you can't unlock it on the console. You can't have a slider on console for you to choose between quality and performance that actually works. You can't go in there and actually tweak the settings to the point where it actually works. But my 1660 Ti could do it. I'm running Cyberpunk 2077 at around 80 to 90 frames per second.
You serious?
Just you wait, guys, because, you know, he's getting 80 to 90 FPS on a laptop. You know, forgive me as I press X to down on that shit. I mean, unless he's running the game at, like, the lowest possible settings.
Why aren't these consoles doing the same thing? Why? You're going to say it's not optimized. What do you mean optimized? They optimized it for PC? There's like all types of different variations of graphics cards and CPUs for PCs. Make it happen. Yeah, I'm upset about this because this is ridiculous. I work hard for my money. That's $500. That's what I get. That's what I get for spending $500 thinking I was going to get the equivalent. My laptop was $1,000, but at least it came with a 144 frame panel. And at least all the games are unlocked. Doc Dog 1985. Yo, there's levels to this. PS5, Xbox, do better. We out. Peace.
There are indeed levels to this, so I guess the key takeaway from this video is, guys, is don't buy a console expecting it to be a PC, and you won't really be disappointed. But, you know, that's gonna do it for this video today, guys. You know, not really much to take away there, I'm sorry, but if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like on it. I would greatly appreciate it, and as always, I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video, and for all the recent support as well. You guys are the absolute fucking best. I really do appreciate all the support on on this channel. I am going to be out of town for a little while just to visit my family for Christmas, so I do have a video scheduled to upload, like I mentioned before, that I think you guys are really going to enjoy, and if I have time here and there, I'll actually have internet, so I should be able to do like little shit posting videos every once in a while if possible. I mean, I'll see how it goes, but you know, if possible, I'll try to do that as well. But there will be content uploaded while I'm gone, so don't freak the fuck out. But anyway, guys, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and I look forward to getting back and being able to make videos in, you know, the proper capacity very soon. But thank you guys again for all the support, and I will catch you guys next time.